Hello and welcome. I'm Otis Landerholm, founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And welcome again to another immigration case of the week. Today I'm talking about a case that's fresh off the press. It was decided on February 20th of 2018, and I think we're filming this just a couple days after that. The case name is the matter of J CHF, and they just use the initials, remember, because asylum cases that are in removal proceedings, especially asylum, are confidential and people are protected. This case involves a request for CAT, which is relief under the Convention Against Torture. And CAT cases are not easy to win in front of the immigration judge. Let me explain a little bit about this case, though. This case is talking about credibility in CAT cases, all right? And remember, all asylum cases, if you're found to not be quote-unquote credible, then they'll deny your case for that. And so what happened in this case with Mr. J CHF is that he had entered the United States 3 years in the past, and he was caught by Border Patrol. And he told Border Patrol, and I think he just wanted to get out of the hands of them. I think he was just trying to cross the border. But he told Border Patrol that he was coming in to visit his father, and that his father, he had seen him a week or two ago, and that when the officer asked whether or not he was afraid to go back to Mexico, he said no. All right, and that happened about 3 years ago. And now 3 years later, he comes back in and he files an application for asylum, for withholding of removal, and for relief under the Convention Against Torture. Why? Because his father had been kidnapped by the cartels in Michoacan, and he has been threatened that unless he paid all kinds of money and cooperated with them, and basically he had been threatened that even if he sticks around them, that they threaten to kill him and torture him and do all kinds of bad things to him, right? And so now there's this issue, right? He's talking about what's happening and why he's afraid for his life to return to Mexico, that these nasty cartels are going to kill him, right? But 3 years ago, he had told an immigration officer when he was crossing in that no, he's not afraid, all right? So the immigration judge denied his case. He appealed that decision, saying, look, I was just in front of an immigration officer at the border, and I wasn't telling the whole story, right? I wasn't sharing really what had happened. I just wanted to get out of there. And on appeal, they said, look, the statements that you made in front of the immigration officer at the border were under oath. They swore you in, right? It wasn't in front of a judge, but they did swear you in. And look, those statements, they really asked you questions. They verified, they asked you repeatedly whether or not you were afraid to return to Mexico, right? And he had said no at that time. And so, they had asked about the whereabouts of his father. They said he'd seen him recently. They didn't mention the fact that his father had been brutalized and kidnapped, right? And so there's this question in the judge's mind. Like, there is a question to this man's credibility. And because of that reason, the appellate court says, sorry, the immigration judge got it right. They denied the case due to lack of credibility. So here's the point. If you are coming into the United States and if you're having an interview with Border Patrol, you've got to be careful about what you say, all right? You've got to tell the truth about your situation and about the fear that you might be facing if you were to go back to Mexico or whatever country you're from, regardless of which phase, which step of the process that you are in. If you have lied to immigration at any phase of the process, it will cause a serious complication in your case. It doesn't mean that you can't win, right? But it means that you have a serious complication in your case. It will make it very, very difficult for you, okay? And so if you are afraid for your life to return to your country because of bad things that are happening in your country or that could happen to you in your country, please be honest at each step of the way in your case. Please hire an attorney who's good and who understands your situation and who understands the law to help you at each step of the way, all right? Because one false step, even 3 years ago, can cause a problem for your overall success. So thank you very much for watching this. I'm Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration A.P.C. If you have any questions, please contact our office. And yeah, thank you very much. Bye.